Today we're going to talk about 2021 quarterback Caleb Williams and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, I want to talk about rising 2021 quarterback Caleb Williams. Now, there are folks who are already familiar with Caleb Williams as he has offers from Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, and others to play quarterback. Now, of interest to OU fans is he comes out of Gonzaga College High School, which is the same college high school that Joseph Wette comes out of. Joseph Wette is a 2019 signee who just moved in at Oklahoma. He's going to play some stand-up rush end for the Sooners. But I look at Caleb Williams is just good. Like, let's keep it simple. I watched the man's huddle film, and the first play that you see is him throwing 60 yards into the end zone on a Hail Mary. Now, I understand why you put that clip first for a dual threat quarterback, 6'2", 210, to show off his arm strength. You don't want people falling into the thinking of dual threat means run first. For whatever reason, not for whatever reason. That's what it used to mean. It just mean a quarterback who was a point guard. Randall Cunningham, Mike Vick. But even Mike Vick had a cannon for an arm, but we were so caught up in his feet and how fast he was that we never really appreciated just him being able to throw a football over them mountains. And with Caleb Williams, you get to see that. You also get to see a lanky body that is still growing and still got about 2 years left on it. But what I found most exciting about Caleb Williams isn't just his arm strength or his ability to extend plays in the pocket, because he can do that. He's also just terrific in the option game. But he stood in when he knew he was going to get clobbered to complete a 20-yard pass on a rope on a skinny post. And I was like, there's a quarterback. There is a quarterback. 2 minutes of film, and I already am going, this kid is going to end up with a 5th star. That's just the way that it looks to me. And I wondered why Williams does not have an Oklahoma offer. And then I checked OUinsider.com. So you should check it too, because my man Brandon Drum was in my head. So that said, another guy to watch is Brock Vandagriff, who does have an offer from Oklahoma. Got his offer way back in January. And it seems that he's whittling the field to find out who the real ones are when talking about recruiting him. Now, in the age of the transfer portal, one of the things that I found interesting as an unintended consequence is taking more than one quarterback in a class. And even before the transfer portal became an official thing, Tom Herman was actually ahead of the curve and taking 2, right? And I thought that was wildly interesting because you got Cam Rising and you got Casey Thompson, and then you knew what happened. Both of them ended up entering the transfer portal, but one of them came back because Shane Buechele took his butt on to SMU, and the man Cam Rising took his butt on to Utah. So Cam Rising's gone. Casey Thompson come back, and all of a sudden, he's number 2 with Roschon Johnson as the third option behind Sam Harji Ellinger. Now, I'm saying all this to say that in keeping with the idea that Lincoln Riley's not going to put anybody back there that can't move their feet and cannot extend plays, I'm looking at Caleb Williams, I'm looking at Brock Vandagriff, and I'm going, somebody's going to have to pull the trigger if Caleb Williams gets an offer, because that's the kind of dude that could thrive in a Lincoln Riley system. Now, he could also thrive in a system at Alabama. He could thrive in a system at Ohio State, but it's very clear that both of these guys, Brock Vandagriff and Caleb Williams, want to throw the football first, and they want to throw it downfield. And they run the same sort of spread offenses, this pro raid that we're, seeing more of because Lincoln Riley has made it famous. And they're ready to do it right away. And the 2021 quarterback class is way more interesting from an OU perspective than the 2020 class, because we're seeing there's only one uncommitted offer out there from Lincoln Riley, and that's Chandler Morris, who's Chad Morris's kid. And I got a really hard time picking against Dad when we're talking about Lincoln Riley landing a 2020 quarterback that he's offered. The guy that he wanted is committed to USC, and we'll see how that goes, because we know that if anybody could flip somebody in December, it's Lincoln Riley, because he did that joint. He did that last year. Quarterback is a different animal altogether. but you get my point here. And I don't necessarily think that there is a 2020 quarterback that wants to truly follow Spencer Rattler unless they just really believe they can go out there and win the job. And if you have that kind of wherewithal, please, stomach and go. But if you don't, I understand. So we're really interested to see what happens in the 2020 class because of what Spencer Rattler means and just how it seems this 2021 class is shaping up to be pretty doggone good in itself. And I think Caleb Williams is a really big indicator of that because in Brock Vandagriff and Caleb Williams, you got two dudes that are highly coveted. Brock Vandagriff seems to be going to be an SEC. He's going to be an SEC guy or he's going to be an Oklahoma guy. And the same thing with Caleb Williams is I really want to see what gets narrowed down with him because I'm already looking at him and I'm already looking at his film. And I know that he's got 2 years and I'm going, what don't I like about him? I was looking at his footwork. I like that. I was looking at his release. I like that. I'm looking at the way that he wants to stand in the pocket and deliver passes. I like that. I'm looking at his size. I like that. I'm really having a hard time talking myself out of liking Caleb Williams as a recruit today. Not to say that I don't like Brock Vandagriff, and you got to like anybody that Lincoln Riley likes. And it's very clear that with quarterbacks, it's kind of different because you don't want to throw a whole bunch of offers out there. You want one guy to know that he's your guy and you're waiting on him to do what he's going to do. And then you move on to the next and sometimes you get burned. Bryce Young ended up staying committed to USC after basically going between USC and Oklahoma. So with Caleb Williams, I'm going to be interested to see when, if, how he pulls the trigger, when, if, how he gets an offer from Oklahoma, and just how quickly the race begins for who wants to be Lincoln Riley's 2021 quarterback commit and join Cody Jackson in that class that could be stellar. It's still early because we're talking about 2021, and I know how some folks feel about that. But this is the time. It's camp season, people, and we're about to see recruiting get kind of biblical with all of the unaccounted for eyes in the 2020 class, and this is going to be awesome. All right, that is it for me. Deuces.